Friends, Chris Kelly here. Hey, that time of the week, just wanted to take a quick look at stats. I'm going to keep this one a little bit short this week because I'm trying to get out of town with the family for a few days of time away. So anyway, let's take a look. Nothing dramatically different. I've got last week's numbers up just to compare, but this number remains high. I mean, we're not, the median sales price remains, I think last year it went up a couple grand, but it's largely kind of staying where it is. The number of new listings down a little bit from last week, but not dramatically, 5% numerically, but pending sales are up 20 some percent, which is great. A lot more things. So there's a still decent amount of things being listed and a pretty decent amount of sales compared to where we've been. Even last week was in the fours. This is the stubborn number, and I keep talking about this. One thing I'm not sure I've mentioned in past weeks, nationally speaking, and certainly that would play out in every market, nationally speaking, the normal amount of fallout, transactions that fail to close, I think it's a monthly number, is like 10 to 15,000. So it sounds like a lot, but not over, the whole nation. In the last year, that number's 4 times that. It's somewhere in the 50 to 60 plus thousand. And I think that's what this is. I mean, the thing that this data doesn't show necessarily, it shows listings that came to market, and it shows deals that went pending, and it shows deals that closed. I think this number remains low because there are new sales pending and they're not coming to close, or there's more of them that are falling out. It's the only thing I can come up with, to be really honest. I mean, the disparity between the numbers isn't really different. I mean, this is an anomaly. Everything was closing. But even if you go back all the other years, there's a relatively similar disparity between pendings and closed. And that exists here, but this number has just remained stubbornly in the threes, stubbornly low. So I think that's probably the reason, is we're having more transactions fail to come to close. Now, why is that? That's a good question. It can be a couple things. And part of I don't even call it blame, but part of the reason is just the market itself. A market has transitioned. People are puckered over interest rates. Buyers are starting to become empowered and asking for more things, or at least they have been over the last, say, most of a year. Sellers have not been prepared to give what buyers want. And I think that there's a little bit of that, and that leads to more transactions falling out. I'm going to pick on my own industry a little bit. I think that we've had a period of years where the bar was allowed to be very low from a professional standpoint. Agents just really not having the skill set or feeling the need to do what it takes to get something to the finish line. It was easy. I mean, you saw the numbers. I'm going to go back to that really quick. Last year, for instance, everything was closing. You didn't need to worry about problems per se, because there wasn't as many. And if there were, it was such a seller's market that the buyer just said, fine, whatever it's going to take. And the seller said, that's right, I'm not giving you anything. So, I mean, that dynamic has existed largely the last 2 or 3 years. And I think as professionals, a lot of us either are newer into the industry and just don't have the skill set to deal with that, or kind of forgot the importance of doing it. So I'm not totally picking on the industry, but I think the industry has at least played a role in those numbers being higher, the number of transactions falling out and not closing. So, but all in all, we're chugging along. The market's, robust. We are listing property at a pretty good clip right now, which is not entirely unusual this time of year, but some of them are selling right away. Some of them aren't. That is more indicative of a normal real estate world or a normal real estate market. So, both clients and agents Even this agent right here gets a little, weird. That hasn't sold. It's been 4 hours. I mean, you get used to that. And then when it doesn't happen every single time, even though I know why, it's still kind of weird from time to time. Why isn't everything selling in 4 minutes with a whole bunch of offers? Yeah, that's what a normal real estate market looks like. It might actually take 100 days to sell something. Albeit the median, I'll flip back here. I mean, the median's still 6. It actually got lower. But the average is a month. These numbers both have gotten lower in the past weeks. So the pace of the market in general is trucking right along. But I would say that it definitely shows that not everything is flying off the shelf in 5 days. So, is it a good time to be a buyer? Rates have come down a little bit. Are they going to come down some more? Well, we're going to find out. I don't know the answer to that definitively. I think that I think there's so many variables going on right now. Who knows? But I would just say, if you like something and you need to move or want to move, do it. Do it. It's the right time in your life to do it. Then do it. Like I said before, if you don't like the rate, you don't like the financing circumstances, then change that later. That can happen. Anyway, as always, my team and I are here. So if there's something we can be doing to help, feel free and reach out in whichever manner you prefer. I'm pretty easy to find in the world. So, we're always here to help. Let us know if there's something we can be doing. And as I always say, till the next time.